I will do my best to compensate for those who had a lot to say, because everything they said was very important, and therefore it's less important for me to say those things a second time. But I've been asked to tell a story that is as personal as possible, and the best I can do is tell a story from my own tradition, and those within my heritage will be very familiar with it. The story is about 1,600 years old, and it tells of how when God created the first human person, he placed that person in the garden and displayed all the beauties of the wonderful garden that had been created for humanity. And God said, "Look at what I have created, how beautiful and how blessed and how good it all is. Take care that you do not destroy it, for if you destroy it, there is no one left to restore it." This midrash, this homiletical tradition, expresses the power of the gift of human responsibility, the power we have to both generate, to glorify, and to destroy, and to devastate. So why is this important? It's important. Why do we care? Why should we care about this issue? Because this is the critical issue for the future of humanity. Anything else, in effect, is rearranging the chairs on the Titanic while we move forward to total destruction on the iceberg. And therefore, this must be the paramount concern of our times. Climate change doesn't take place in a vacuum. The implications have already been alluded to. But climate change takes place in a context of where untold barbarities are accepted as the norm in the livestock trade, simply to provide for human indulgence without any conscience or sense of responsibility. It takes place where there's unbridled avarice, where 17% of our world uses 80% of its resources, where there is irresponsible development and growth and pollution of our environment. In effect, climate change is purely a symptom of the diseases that we have engaged in, and it is a cri de coeur, it is a call on the part of this creation that we have been given for us to respond. In Leviticus chapter 25, verse 23, we are told, "The earth is the Lord's," we are told that the earth is Lord's, and that we are sojourners and tenants with God. In chapter 26, following on from that, we are told that our understanding of our limitations, that we are tenants, as indicated earlier, and our awareness of the transcendent, that there is a higher reality, is the key to our peaceful future and well-being on the earth. In other words, the climate crisis is an opportunity for humanity, as has already been alluded to rediscover higher values than simply consumerism and material indulgence. This is the opportunity, and that is why it's so significant that the religions are here, so that that wisdom that comes from the religions of the world may be culled for the benefit of humanity, to recreate a culture of responsibility and not purely license for indulgence. And the importance of religion cannot be overestimated as an educational force, and as the delivery system, as a Pew study has recently indicated, over 80% of the world defines itself in religious terms. I will conclude with another story. This story comes from the Talmud, so it's a little bit older. It's about 1,700 years old. And it tells of a sage by the name of Honi, who came across a man planting a carob tree. And he said to the man, "How long does it take for carob trees to bear fruit?" He said, 70 years. So he said, "Do you think you'll live that long to see carob fruit and to enjoy it?" He said, "Of course not. But as there were those that planted carob trees for me, which I now benefit from, so it is my responsibility to plant carob trees for future generations." And that is our responsibility, ladies and gentlemen. May we be worthy of it. Thank you.